I told my family that after today there will be no more store-bought loaf bread brought into this house because I'm going to be making my own. And here's my goodies that just got delivered today from Amazon for Mother's Day. I told them what I wanted, and so this is my Mother's Day gift. Heather with the Needy Homesteader, which I just love her to death, and I cook a lot of her bread recipes, like her Texas Roadhouse rolls. When I make them, my son will make himself sick eating them because they're so good. He just keeps eating them and eating them. So she has been making in her Pullman loaf pan homemade bread. So this is a pan that makes it makes your bread like square, and so I'm going to be doing that. And then this is the yeast that she uses, so I'm just going to pour it up and keep it in a jar, in a mason jar in my freezer. And it's the SAF, the Saft Instant. And this is, let's see, and I just ordered some bread bags too. It was like $5 and something for 100 bags. And then this is the bread slicer that she had. I looked at some more online, and they were plastic. And reading the reviews, putting your knife through the holes to cut it, a lot of plastic was getting shaved off and getting in the bread. So I really like this one that she got, because you can make your bread different sizes or different thickness. You just do it like that. And if you wanted thin bread, which I like thin bread, then I'll show when my bread gets done, put it in there and slice it, but you can make it any thickness that you want, and then just store it. It just folds back under. And then you can just put this in there. So I'm excited, and this video may be a little long, but you can tab through it. So I'm going to be making Heather's bread recipe, and this is exactly the pan that Heather got. I'm going to link her channel, so she has all these links to where you can get this. And this is like the best yeast, and it's instant. You don't have to proof it or nothing. And so I'm going to start making our loaf bread. And this bread, even the reviews on it, it's really almost like a crustless bread too. So, you know, I can just make our homemade loaf bread. I'm going to enjoy this and have a lot of fun doing it. And homemade's always better for you, so anyway, thanks Heather. Thanks for all that you do, sharing all of your videos and helping us out. And I know I ask her a ton of questions, so thanks. And look who stopped by my kitchen. Antonio Bourbon. I'm probably not saying his last name right, and forgive me. But he has stopped by, and I'm sure he will approve of this bread, so he's going to watch me as I bake. Okay, my mixer is a small one. But I don't know if it will be able to knead the dough fully, so if not, I'll just take it out and knead it by hand. But with the dough hook, and like I say, I'm not really going to go through the recipe real good because I'm using Heather's recipe. I will link her channel, and in her recipe, that where she makes this bread, she has the link for the Pullman pan and the bread slicer that she used and that I ordered. I'm going to add some warm water, and then 2 teaspoons of instant yeast. And then some sugar. And then our flour, and I'm using all-purpose flour. and our salt and our butter that is softened. Now I'm going to start my mixer off probably on about 2 and then maybe go up a little bit. Forgot an ingredient, my milk powder. That's why I like to have things already measured out and setting. So I'm sitting here looking over what I had wrote down and just realized that. But that's alright. Usually the first time I make something, it's kind of trial and error. Now my dough looks real wet, more wet than hers did. So I am going to add a little bit more flour. It depends on your climate too. Never fails. Look how pretty this is. Let me put just a little bit of flour on my hands. Alright, we're just going to shape it into a ball. It feels real good. It feels soft and smooth. And I already know, and I've already planned that I'm probably going to have to make another batch tonight or after a while when this loaf gets done, because we're all going to be wanting to taste this and try it and everything. So now I'm just going to put a little olive oil in my same bowl. Dump it in there and swish it around. Flip it over and swish it around. And now we're going to cover it, put it in a warm, draft-free place, and let it rise for an hour. Alright, it's been an hour, actually a little bit over an hour because I ran to Aldi. Anyway, in my Pullman pan, I took some solid vegetable shortening and lightly greased it and did the lid also. And then I sanitized my table. I used a mixture of white vinegar and water. Ooh, look at this. Look how pretty this is rose. And my hands are very clean. So now we're going to punch it down. And I have my pan set right here to kind of line it to get, because we don't want to make it bigger than the pan. Make like a rectangle. Oh, don't fall in my dough. This dough is wonderful. I like playing with bread dough anyway. Oh, okay, we're gonna move you for a minute. We'll put you right there. Make sure I'm not... I shouldn't be sticking because it's oily. Look at there, I've done tore it. Oh my goodness, hang on. It'll be alright. Just flatten it back out. You can use your rolling pin, I guess. I don't want to dirty it up. Okay, now we're going to start rolling it up. I know Heather flipped hers over, but mine tore when I went to do that. We're going to start it. We're going to roll and kind of pull. Now pinch the side, the seam shut. and the ends, just kind of take it in and fold it over and pinch it. And it's very nice and warm here today. Let me move my pan right here. I'm gonna lift it up. Probably should have floured this. Oh man. Hang on. There we go. It's in there. Because we're going to just flatten it out in here anyway. Like I say, this is my first time making loaf bread. And it's still going to be good. Just going to flatten it out. And I probably didn't use enough flour when I was mixing it. That's how you learn. And normally when I'm making, because I've done made Heather's jelly and I've got to make some more. I made apple jelly with fruit juice. And it's all gone. It was so good, and then my family wanted some. So next time I'm going to make cherry juice, and what I do is, on my phone, I have her video. The way she did her jelly video is like real time. Like, you can follow along, and while you're watching her video, you follow along right with her, and I love that. And so that's what I do. And I should have had her bread one going too, because that's what I planned to do, but there's a lot going on here today. So now we're going to put the lid on. Let's see. It goes this way. I'm going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to set this on top of the oven while the oven preheats. Let this rise for 30 more minutes. Then I'm going to put it in the oven. Let me look at my notes. And it's going to bake for, wait a minute. Yeah, bake for 30 to 35 minutes. And probably after 30 minutes, I'll peek open the pan and kind of see. So after this rises for 30 minutes, and it bakes in my preheated 350 degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes, when I take it out of the oven, I'll be back. Alright, my bread baked for 35 minutes. I checked it at 30 minutes and let it go another 5 minutes. It's been cooling in the pan for around 10 minutes. So let's open it up, take it out, and see what we got. You can leave your beer now. Look how pretty. Soft. Still hot though. Ooh, look at that. It's nice and soft. So I'm going to flip it back over. Now you can rub the edges with some butter if you want to. So I'm going to turn it over. And already it feels real soft. So we're not going to be able to let this cool because we're all wanting to take a bite. But I am going to let it cool just for about 10-15 more minutes, and then we'll be back to try it.
When are we ever going to try this bread, honey? My stomach, man. I've been sniffing this bread. Seemed like 3 days waiting to try a piece of it.
Hush. I'm getting the bread slicer put.
I'm on a sandwich.
Hush. Still's not cool. Guess it's cool enough.
Just give me a hunk of it. I just tear it off. Eat it like a abro.
Okay, hush. We was recording. Oh well, okay. Anyway, this is our slicer, and you can do, like, I like thin sliced bread, and it goes all the way to thick. So we can't stand it. It's still cooling, but we've got to try bite. Let me turn it. See if you're in the shot. Yep. And I'm gonna tell you, this bread is really soft. Look. Feel how soft. Wait. Why are you eating it? You supposed to wait on the rest of us, Goofy. Let me get some more sliced and then we'll be back to try it. Alright, now that Ricky's tried it, how was it?
It's pretty good, but I think I need another piece just to make it.
So now we're gonna try it. Nikki, and I made some cinnamon butter. Heather has that recipe on her channel. It's with her Texas Roadhouse rolls. Just get you a slice, baby. Here, you want some cinnamon butter? Alright, here's my piece. I'm gonna put some, first I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I like it. And I mean, it's soft. It's real soft. And I can't wait to toast some up. And it's really, don't have much of a crust. And it's not cooled all the way, but we couldn't stand it. Now put some cinnamon butter on here.
It's soft, and it's good, and I ain't in the picture.
That's real good. Now I'm gonna get out a piece of store-bought bread. See? So you're not missing out on anything. It's the same size and everything. It's just, this is a whole lot better. It's nice, it's soft, and with that slicer you can cut it as thin or as thick as you like. And but this is be what we'll be eating from now on. I've got the bags that I bought. You can slice it up and bag it up, or just bag it on up. And thanks, Heather, for all your help that you do for all of us, and for this bread recipe, because it's awesome. We love it. And on to making another loaf. My nephew, we ran into him and my sister this morning, and she was taking him to the hospital. Anyway, he has pneumonia, so say a prayer for him. But when he called me, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Fixing to cut several slices.
Not like that, you're not. You just wait. You don't cut a big old hump. Just wait.
Cut a big old hump.
Put it down. Put it down. I got me a knife too. Put it down. Anyway, I told him that I was making bread, so put that away. So he asked me, I got to make them a loaf to take over there. So anyway, again, thanks, Heather. I appreciate all the help, and for the homemade bread, because now that's all. I mean, it was quick and easy to make, you know. So. And homemade's better for you than store-bought anyway. So, anyway. You don't know that I hope you enjoy.
I am.
Bye, y'all.